Hello my friends and welcome back. I know some of you might not want to hear this, but it's Friday my dudes. Happy Friday to you. In the previous video I talked about the biggest single explosion to happen in this full-scale war on a Russian territory, and it's not yet over because it was so big, people are still analyzing it. The Russians are still trying to hide it, and the Western analytics are trying to figure out how much stuff actually blew up with this one big Toropets ammunition explosion. I'll read you a short thread so we know all about it. The Ukrainian drone attack on Russia's Toropets munition depot is reported to have destroyed 20 billion rubles or $217 million worth of ammunition. At least 10 people are said to have died. Around 30% of the site's 5 billion ruble cost of the construction may have been stolen. Oh wow, that's news. The Russian dissident group Gulagu.net reports on the impact of the attack of the 107th Arsenal, also known as the military unit 11777 and Object 606. It reports that at least 10 guards and Arsenal security staff were killed as a result of the attack. By the way, the arsenal or the ammunition depot had permanent living quarters for up to 200 military personnel. So the KIA it's not killed in action, it's not action. The casualties might be higher. Since 2016, Gulagu says Russia has invested more than 5 billion rubles or $54 million in the construction, repairs and strengthening of the object. The site was reopened in 2018. Where did that money go? Oh, I don't know. But I do know that the general responsible for the procurement of that construction of this site has a new Mercedes Maybach. Gulagu reports that these works were carried out by two federal state unitary enterprises, state-owned companies. It claims that more than 30% of the funding, at least $16 million, was stolen. With 16 millions, you don't get one Maybach, you get like 30 of them. So if you notice 30 Maybachs driving around in Moscow, and there's plenty more than 30, you know where the money came from. The thing is, almost every higher general and higher up in the Russian military hierarchy steals money. That's the system. You are encouraged to do so because if you don't do so, you are a threat to others who do it. And most do it. If you don't, they're gonna look at you weird and say, oh, you're gonna be the good guy, you're not gonna steal money, are you gonna rat on us? And they possibly sack him. So yeah. It's nothing new that the money was stolen. What is new is the consequence of it. In Russia, when nobody attacks such a big country, you don't really see the consequence of money being stolen from the military. As soon as somebody attacks, like Ukraine for example, you immediately see the huge consequences of money being stolen. That translates directly to ammunition exploding more than it should. This site should have been constructed in a way that if you attack one silo, one building, one hangar, then that's the limited fire. It doesn't spread, but it did. And it spread big time. We now have first satellite imagery from the explosion, and it's not one single explosion, it's all of them. It's all of the explosions. Here you can see the site. Some forests are also on fire because the ammunition burst out. It's all a pretty sight, but let's actually look at what exactly was destroyed. And by the way, my friends, this explosion was seen from space. So imagine you're a Russian astronaut in space. I'm not aware that any are up there right now, but if they are, this is what they could see from their sweet beloved mother Russia. A smoke column, a mushroom cloud coming out of it. According to the satellite fire maps, these are the exact ammunition silos that exploded, that were fully destroyed, marked with red dots right here. The rest of them were damaged or not destroyed at all. But this is a huge site. All of these silos are filled to the brink with Russian missiles, ammunition, shells, and North Korean missiles also. 2 days 2 days has passed since the explosion. We even have more precise analysis what exactly was taken out. Destroyed 78 warehouses, 55.7%. Possibly damaged, unclear due to smoke, 51 warehouses, 36.4%, and not damaged 11 warehouses. I'm assuming Ukraine struck it with 3 to 4 missiles. That's what they usually do. That should have been 3 to 4 ammunition silos destroyed, not 78. That 78 here is because the construction money was stolen and they were not constructed according to military standard, modern military standard that is, which is you position ammunition dumps in a way that they're separated enough that if one gets hit, it will be only one that burns. You know what's like, this is the peak of irony. I now bring you their governor, so the governor of that district, Igor Rudenia, who is speaking that all of the drones and missiles were shot down of the attack that struck the ammunition depot. He's speaking about it right now to the cameras. Oh yeah, we shot down everything. It was the debris of the burning drones that were shot down that hit the ammunition depot. But the thing is, at the time that he's speaking it, the ammunition is exploding in the background. It's priceless. Can you hear it? He's like, yeah, we destroyed everything. Don't worry. Hey, we destroyed all of the drones. No drones are gonna get through our air defense. Oh, this ammunition exploding in the back? Yeah, we destroyed those drones with our ammunition depot. Smart, street smart. Growing up, cereal was one of the best parts of my day. As an adult, it has too much sugar and not enough protein. With Magic Spoon, I'm able to enjoy one of my favorite childhood snacks again. Magic Spoon fits a variety of diets. It's high protein, no sugar, and great for carb-conscious lifestyles. Magic Spoon cereal has 13 to 14 grams of protein. Wow, very nice. 0 grams of sugar and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs in each serving. So you can feel good about what you're eating. Magic Spoon is childhood reinvented. It's the same great taste you remember, but upgraded with grown-up ingredients. Magic Spoon's brand new treats are crispy, crunchy, and airy without the chewy thickness of a protein bar. Magic Spoon's treats have 11 to 12 grams of protein, ooh la la, very nice, 1 gram of sugar and 1 to 2 grams of net carbs, so you can always get the fuel you need on the go. Use my code Estonian69 or click the link in the description to try Magic Spoon cereal or treats today and get $5 off. You can also find Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee online. Ooh la la! So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund you your money. No questions asked. So click the link in the description to go to magicspoon.com/Estonian69 for $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring today's video. Oh, you thought we're moving on from the ammunition explosions? We are not, because this is such a big of a topic. Also in Russia, by the way, because this could not be ignored. Russian media tried their best to ignore this and to minimize it, but the Telegram sharks have gotten the smell of the blood, and I will now read you 1 Telegram comments from a Russian Telegram channel, what they think about this explosion. Was it that small? Were all the drones shot down? It's pretty long, but it's pretty juicy. Get your popcorn. Anastasia Gashevarova writes, in Toropets last night, the enemy blew up the largest arsenal of missiles of the Russian armed forces. How much more lies and mistakes can we make? How many times have we heard that it's enough to panic, enough to write something, enough to blame the Ministry of Defense and the General Staff? The war is going on. So really, those who sit with calm faces and watch the explosion that look like mushrooms, at least panic a little. The war is on. And we're screwing up, one screw up after another. It is impossible to regard all this as the surrender of the country by an internal enemy. Yesterday, they reported in the DPR that there was another information and an arrival there. Our servicemen were killed. Back in 2018, Bulgakov, by the way, Bulgakov was the general responsible for the construction or reconstruction and modernization of this ammunition depot. Bulgakov was the one who got the new Maybach, or 30 new Maybachs. Back in 2018, Bulgakov said that Toropets only had a utility block for 200 servicemen. How many of ours died there? And judging by the explosions and footage, there was nothing left of the bodies. How much longer can this go on, guys? Have your brains and consciences completely been corrupted? My answer as an Estonian to that question is yes. Moreover, the authorities started lying right away. They tried to cover up the topic, hide the explosion of the largest arsenal of shells. Number one, an arsenal of the complex storage of missiles, ammunition and explosives that meets the highest world standards was destroyed by a Ukrainian fragment. This is what the authorities reported in the media. Number two, Rudenia said that the fire was under control. Fire under control? How can you control the detonation of missiles? And that hell on earth, is that a fire? The arsenal was launched in 2018. Several billion rubles were spent on it, and according to Deputy Minister Bulgakov, now ex-minister and sitting in pretrial detention. By the way, you know why Bulgakov was detained? Yes, when Shoigu was dismissed as the chief of staff, when Shoigu was dismissed as the defense minister, Bulgakov, as his deputy defense minister, was immediately arrested in the suspicion of fraud and stealing money. Who would have thought? What a surprise. What a scandal. Maybe it's that 30 Maybachs he has in his villa. I don't know. According to Deputy Minister Bulgakov, it is simply unique worldwide, the ammunition depot, since the arsenal allows for the concealment of missile and ammunition stockpiles from external influences and ensures their safety and explosion and fire safety. The full load of each arsenal storage facility is up to 240 tons. Wow, very nice. And the truth is this. Most likely, they built an arsenal out of shit and sticks. Yeah, it sounds like Russian. They allocated funds were embezzled and the estimates were adjusted. With their PR, they exposed the location of the arsenal in the media. The exact location of the arsenals was recorded by Yandex Maps. My God, it is so bad. It gets worse. In fact, there was no increase in security of transportation of ammunition due to the proximity to the border. It was the third year of the special military operation and the idiocy was stable. Number one, formations in full view of the enemy continue. Formations like Russian columns in full view of the enemy. Number two, driving in columns without distance continues. Talking about Russian columns which are transporting or attacking. They are bunched together always, they never keep their distance, so if one explodes, another one explodes usually. The storage of all shells in one place in full view of the enemy, both at the LBS, so zero line, and in the rear, continues. Filming and publishing photos and videos confirming their hits for the crests continues. Number five, helicopters and planes are hidden in foil hangars or not hidden at all. Number six, there is no discipline, no unity of command. I love how this girl who is writing this, or woman, is blaming all of these things on Russian Ministry of Defense and the leadership. But she fails to grasp that this is a much deeper issue. It's part of Russian culture. It's part of their Soviet past that they want back so much. It's who the Russians are. You cannot fix that with a better leadership. You cannot fix an entire nation's mindset like that. Hey, it took 3 decades to denazify the German population. Everything that has happened in the past few years in the Ministry of Defense is a growing soap bubble. And now it has burst and the explosion from it is a nuclear mushroom. Belousov, of course, inherited such a legacy. He has to rebuild everything from scratch. the mechanism of the system there is already completely non-functional. I love it. It's so juicy, so beautiful how a member of a nation, this woman right here, blames the regular reaction of the Russian Minister of Defense as an expression of the entire Russian mindset. He blames that on the Ministry of Defense, not knowing that this is what the Russians are. This is how they live, how they do everything. Steal, hide, lie. And it's all because of the leadership. No, it's all because of Russia, the mindset. By the way, my friends, at the end of this video, I'll be sending out, yes, today, I'll be sending out 2 Ukrainian Fire drone t-shirts. You'll be finding out. So stay till the end. 2 of you will get it. Now, my friends, let's go to Kursk. This map is not so easy to understand, but that's the river, the blue line right here. Right here, that's the border, Ukraine and Russia. I know I'm sweeping over things, but I don't want to take your time so much on this, because map changes always are a little sketchy when any Western analyst talks about them, because it's so damn easy to draw arrows on a map. Reality is a bit different. But here are 2 beautiful arrows drawn by somebody, and I know for the fact that it is a possibility that Russian paratroopers and Marines are at a risk of encirclement. This is Korenova. Ukrainians are trying but have been unable to take this settlement fully. They just took Wolfina yesterday, this settlement right here, and if they connect in Snahost, right here where the arrows point, yeah, so convenient, then all of this contingent right here will be encircled. Now, I don't think this is going to happen. I mean, it's so easy to think, oh yeah, let's just connect these 2 parts of the Ukrainian army, but the thing is, Russians have quite a lot of troops, quite a lot of units. You cannot just cut through units. It's not how it works. You gotta fight, push through them, and they do have enough men in this pocket and in this area here that pushing through them with a force is very costly and very dangerous for the Ukrainians also. So if this encirclement happens, I am very surprised, and it's really bad news for the Russians, but it's quite unlikely, but I might be wrong. My friends, you have seen videos of Ukrainian FPV drones intercepting Russian fixed-wing recon drones, just flying into them. Boom! It's a new kind of air defense. Quite cheap, quite effective. But now, this Ukrainian drone encountered something that you and I would never expect to encounter in mid-air. It's a new kind of Russian weapon. It's innovative. It's terrorizing. It's scary. Check this out. Ukrainian drone is flying, and he's seeing something in the air. It's over the Ukrainian skies. What is it? We gotta take it down. It might be dangerous. Trying to see what it is. Couldn't see it. Goes back for the second round. What is it flying like that? Looks like some kind of a balloon. Balloons are very dangerous. Oh my God. This is a cow. This is a cow, my friends. It's a Russian cow. Look at it. It's 2 or 3 Russian cow balloons, cow-shaped balloons filled with nitrogen or helium floating over the Ukrainian land. It is dangerous as hell, so naturally this drone decides to just burst the balloons with its rotors, because you never know what the Russian cow can do to you when you're not looking. You don't want to take that risk. Now, my friends, we'll go to the Moscow region, and more specifically into a certain graveyard in the Moscow region. And this graveyard is special, like the special military operation is very special, because here is the meat buried from the special military operation. And they buried not by name, but by looking at this video, by kilograms. Dear friends, this is the Moscow region. Perepichenskoye Cemetery, unclaimed burial plot. I felt the fresh smell of pine trees as I was walking. I turned around and it became clear where it was coming from. Now I'll show you everything. Well, you see it for yourself. These coffins are not yet made. They are blanks. Here will be legs, there will be head. So yeah, these coffins have not yet fulfilled their purpose, which is holding together what is left of a Russian meat. Yeah, this is Moscow region, the capital. Imagine what it is like 1,000 kilometers east from the capital, because everything is always pretty in the capital. My friends, there's a lot of footage about this, which I'm not sure if I can or cannot show, but there was a shooting at the Wildberries head office in Moscow. Wildberries is one of a very, very large company in Russia. It's like an Amazon, maybe a Russian Amazon. Office workers and students of a nearby university were evacuated. Wildberries reported that Vladislav Bakalchuk, the husband of the company's owner, and armed guards tried to illegally enter the head office. Wildberries is Russia's largest online retailer. The company's founder, Tatyana Bakalchuk, is the richest woman in Russia, by the way. She recently announced the start of a divorce proceedings with her husband. And you know what's funny? This shooting happened between the security forces of the owner of Wildberries, Tatyana, the woman, and the man, and her husband, Vladislav. They carry the same family name, they are married, but they're going through a divorce right now. One of them got security from the Kadyrovite Chechens, the other one got security from Putin's cronies. There is already a big conflict between those two in the army. And now when one of the biggest Russian companies and Russia's richest woman has security from one side and his husband from another side, and they're going through a very bloody divorce, in Russia this evolves into a shooting. Yeah, the security forces shot at each other. This is just a family feud, it's a divorce. But when Chechens and Russia, Putin's cronies are involved, this is like people die. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a bloody divorce. I think it's funny. My friends, look at this. Fire drone, Ukrainian Baba Yaga, the one that you bought, is wreaking havoc and dropping white phosphorus or thermite on a Russian tank, and it says, with fire from Ukraine, with a Ukrainian flag. Now, two of you are going to get this shirt right now. The first one is a new YouTube member. From Wednesday to Friday, 2 days you had time, and I picked the newest member, which is, I'm gonna butcher the name also, Duncan Foster, and you can see it on the screen. Duncan, please write to me. You can find my email, it's on the screen, and write to me, give me your address. I will be sending you the Fire Drone t-shirt for your size. The second one who gets the Fire Drone t-shirt is the newest Buy Me a Coffee member, who joined after last Wednesday, 2 days ago, and it's, drumroll, David Cartwright. Now I butchered your name, of course, but please do write to me, send me your address in Buy Me a Coffee or through an email, and I'll be sending you a Fire Drone t-shirt. And my friends, I'll be sending 2 of the new t-shirts out next Friday also, because I want all of you guys to have this t-shirt because it's so beautiful and awesome. Perhaps your grandmother also will have it. So become a member of the YouTube channel. It's the cheapest option at all. Or Buy Me a Coffee monthly member. And one from each of these groups will get a new t-shirt. My friends, look at this dude. Isn't he beautiful? Look at that beautiful potato of a face. And of course the bukhanka, or what, not bukhanka, I don't know how do you call this hat, but with the Soviet symbol here. It's a beautiful potato of a man. Let's read about him. He's a very interesting dude, and I think he's a perfect expression of a Russian society and mindset to make you understand a bit more what Russia is all about. A Russian colonel has been charged with extorting at least 1 million rubles or $10,800 from his subordinates over the past year. He is reported to have blackmailed his men and threatened to send them to join stormtrooper units with a high chance of being killed. Ooh, this potato dude is at the head of a criminal racketeering extortion mob of Russia. Potato mob. According to the Chita-based newspaper Vechorka, judicial authorities in the Russian-occupied city of Mariupol in southern Ukraine have opened a criminal case for bribery on especially large scale against the 57-year-old Yevgeny Luzhbin. Artur reports that Luzhbin commanded a motorized rifle battalion military unit 95482 based in Chita. He is accused of having levied fines which he kept for himself on his subordinates for offences such as drinking alcohol or leaving their units. The charging document alleges that if soldiers refused to pay taxes and bribes to Luzhbin, he threatened that they would be sent to assault units on the combat contact line for a long time, where they could be killed or wounded. In addition, Luzhbin allegedly demanded that his subordinates write reports on a voluntary transfer to assault units and not indicate the date, so that he could later use them for blackmail. So in Russia, and it's pure KGB tactics. The guy is 57 years old. He knows exactly how the 90s works and how the KGB worked in the 80s. They don't do stuff to you. They force you to do stuff to yourself. You give a signature to the confession that you're, plotting to kill somebody or be enemy of the state. You write to the colonel that you want to be sent to the stormtrooper unit without a date. You want to do it voluntarily, and he doesn't use it. He has the letter with your signature. And when you do something wrong, even a minor bit, or he needs money, he will pull it out and says, pay me, or I will use it because there's your signature on it. That's how the extortion system worked in the 90s. That's how it works in Russia now, and how it works with worked with the KGB in the past. It's pure KGB playbook. Nothing has changed in the past 30 years after the fall of the Soviet Union. This is not one colonel, it is the Russian mindset. They steal, they extort, they lie. That's how it is. My friends, look at this. Look at this potato. This is Lada Niva, one of the most legendary Soviet off-road vehicle. Cannot call it an off-road vehicle, but this is what it was. Lada Niva. Look at this potato. Looks like it was produced in the 80s, something like that, which it was, 1977 to 1993. But what if I were to tell you that they continued producing it brand new in Russia in 2024? 2024, this is a brand new Russian vehicle produced right now. Let's see how it is. In the store, Russian man goes in to check how it is. Brand new Russian vehicle made in Russia. Look at the gear shift lever. Okay, nice. You can shift it. Oh, very nice. Long lever. No problem here. But when you want to shift it up to the first, you hit the dashboard. Because you see, Ivan, every time you put one gear, you hear click on the dashboard and you know one gear is in. Yeah, street smart. It just hits 1, 3, and 5, or whatever the gears are. 3 of the gears out of 5, you're gonna hit the dashboard with a click when you want to put it in, because it's made in Russia. I mean, why the hell not? It's so stupid, and you gotta pay like top dollar to get this new car. Nice. Russia keeps surprising me. Well, look at this. I just look. It looks really retro and potato-like. And if I would have this car, I mean, it would be a nice car to just look at. But to drive, it's horrible. And I was going through this page, and then I noticed this car was, in a one point of time, produced in Egypt, in Australia, United Kingdom, New Zealand, Italy, Iceland, Lada Sport, Germany, Lada Taiga, Japan, Vlada. Hey, you're a citizen from these countries. What the hell? Why would you produce this car? It's what? Why would you buy this potato from Russians? But check it out. Even the United States did it. My God, I know 35% of you are from the US. Chevrolet Niva. This is the car that Chevy produced, buying the rights from Lada Niva. It's a cooperation project sold in the United States. What the hell? My God. But check this out. This car, I don't know, I'm trying to get it in inches so you all know. This car is 3.74 meters long, 147 inches, and it's an off-road vehicle in Russia. And it weighs 1,300 kilograms. I can't believe it's even a car. My friends, now my favorite part of the video for the last time in this week. I'm gonna butcher some Buy Me a Coffee members, monthly members, with my Estonian pronunciation. I'll be sending them to oblivion. Check it out. First one is Rob Cartwright. Now the shirt, I will send a free shirt right now to David Cartwright from Buy Me a Coffee monthly members. Are you guys brothers? Father and son? Both of you are members. One of you gets the shirt. Anne Trotter. Kurt Magnus Deus Dracorum. Oh, what a strong manly name. Keti Knikt 22. Alexander Neidenov. Thank you to all of you 5. I butchered your name. Consider them butchered. And until my next video, which will be on Monday, become a monthly member or a YouTube member. 2 of you will get the shirt. Slava Ukraini, and bye-bye.